And a very good morning from a very busy Drayton Manor Resort. You're watching Adventure Planet, where today I'm back for the third time in about as many months actually. Yeah, at the end of April I came down, filmed a full park vlog, and then just a couple of weeks after that I was back here for the reopening of the Wave, of course the reimagined Shockwave, where I got my first rides on there, gave my full review of it, and also took a look around the area. Now if you do want to see those vlogs, they can be found right here on the channel under the Drayton Manor playlists. Today though, it's all about Drayton's newest coaster, opened just yesterday. It is, of course, Gold Rush, the Intamin Family Launch Coaster located over at Frontier Falls. Really looking forward to heading down there later on and getting my first rides on there, giving my review of that and taking a look around the area as well, checking out the theming and if there's been any other changes to Frontier Falls itself since the last time I came down a couple of months ago. But of course, we also have Drayton Manor's summer event in full swing at the moment. This is Summer Fun Fest, runs from now right through until the end of August and features lots of different entertainment and shows, themed food and drink, so we'll be taking a look at that throughout the day here as well. Now park hours today 10:30 a.m. through until 7 o'clock, and that is the case every Saturday while that summer event is in full swing. Now if you do want to come down to Drayton Manor, check all this out for yourself. Prices start in advance online from £27.50 and it's £7 to park your car here. Now I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this one. Let's head on in and head straight on over to Frontier Falls. And just through the entrance turnstiles then, Maelstrom in the background, but yeah, look at this, you've got some street theatre here with the tiny circus. All the little tricks going on here. Yeah, you can get involved, lots of audience participation. Yeah, look at that. I love this. I was expecting some, I don't know, some little small person to come out of there or something. Yeah, there you go. Get involved with some circus acts. All very impressive stuff right here at the entrance. Very, very cool. But we're going to be heading past that. And of course, usually what I would do at Drayton Manor is I would head right into Adventure Cove or left into Thomasland, but not today. We're heading straight down this way, right to the end towards Frontier Falls to experience their newest coaster. Really, really looking forward to this. And Maelstrom there looking nice and fresh. Intamin gyro swing. Yeah, of course, the last few times we've been down to Drayton Manor, we've obviously been checking up on the construction of this newest coaster. They did have a press event just a couple of days ago, which I didn't attend, but it did look very cool. Lots of delicious food being served, lots of entertainment on the stage. And of course, people getting their first rides in on Gold Rush, which officially opened, like I said, to the public just yesterday. Gorgeous looking carousel there. In terms of weather, we're expecting quite a nice day today, potentially a threat of some showers moving in a little bit later on, but hopefully we'll miss them. We'll see. But let's head on down to Frontier Falls. And it's good to see the Drayton Manor Resort stage all kitted out here for Summer Fun Fest. Now every Saturday throughout this event you do get kind of a special act, if you like, that takes place on this stage, from kind of tribute acts to magic shows. Today it's actually Rory and Laurie's Summer Disco, so yeah, looking forward to catching some of that a little bit later on. But here we are in Frontier Falls with that absolutely awesome signage. Interesting to know that Gold Rush still hasn't made an appearance on here yet. Maybe it will at some point in the future. I do hope so. This is all still looking really good here. Now of course this area opened at the beginning of this season and it does look absolutely fantastic. Of course you've got Looney Tunes 4D starring Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote there. That replaced Thomas 4D bubbling boilers. And it does look absolutely brilliant. And a big change they've made here, as I did mention in previous vlogs, they needed to sort the flooring out. It used to be all this cracked black tarmac. Now they've completely got rid of it with all this kind of loose gravel look. And I gotta say, it looks absolutely fantastic. Makes it look a lot more authentic, you know. You had all these new facades that went in here, and it does look absolutely brilliant. Interesting to note, a little bit of a change to Accelerator here as well. We've got some new signage here. Accelerator, accelerate to the future. That looks really cool, actually. There's still a lot of this ride that does need to be kind of rethemed into that Wild West area. You've still got kind of like these pylons here, a lot of this silver, which still looks a little bit out of place. So hopefully they'll start to do that as the season progresses and into next year as well. But yeah, I like the start. This looks really cool. Yeah, I really do like that. But yeah, all these facades here, they really do look absolutely brilliant. It's such a great new themed area, this. I love it. I think it's great. Of course, you got the bank there, you got the sheriff, the jail. And of course, you've got a number of rides here as well. You've got the Haunting, Sheriff Showdown, which has actually been here since the year 2000 and kind of just slotted in nicely into this area. And then of course you did have Drunken Barrels, which was rethemed, of course, just on the end there into Blasting Barrels. And that was the ride that kind of had the most extensive work on the exterior for the theming of this area. I guess really the Haunting is the only one that feels a little bit out of place now. I'd like to see this maybe with some new signage as well, and perhaps some kind of an adaptation to the storyline maybe, just to kind of, you know, fit it in with the area a little bit better. Because that's the only one that arguably is a little bit out of place. But then right opposite those rides, of course, no construction walls anymore. This is where you will find the entrance to Gold Rush. And look at that signage. And there she goes, Drayton Manor Gold Rush Western Mining Co. Oh, this theming up here, the little mine carts. Absolutely fantastic. And you got a little test seat out here as well. You can see the lap bars there just to make sure that you can fit in there comfortably. And what's really great is the accessibility for this ride. Of course, height restrictions of just 1 meter, meaning that you know, children as young as, you know, 4, maybe 5 years old can actually ride this. And I'll just pass down these ride restrictions and safety instructions. Feel free to pause the video if you do want to take a look at any of these.
I'd say I'm going to start queuing them down the path here. Yep, done.
Same as easy access?
Same, easy access. Yes, and then as soon as they get to here, they split.
And for the moment, it's just annual pass holders that are allowed to ride Gold Rush up until 11:30. So the first hour of the day, annual pass holders only, and then it's open to everybody else. So I thought I'd take a look at the theming around the area and around the ride. We've got a new ice cream parlor going into place here. Got some signage there for it. Frozen Frontiers, there we are. Ice cream established 1850. If you want to get your ice cream. And just opposite that, you've got the Undertaker, the last souvenir shop. Look at this, trying is forever. You've got the coffins out the front here. This is the gift shop to Gold Rush. Again, all looks really nice. Brand new building that as well, all nicely themed in. Love the soundtrack around the area as well. Yeah, really nice. And we'll be taking a look inside the shop after I've had my first rides. Yeah, there's a little ice cream shop here, look at that. Selling Kelly's ice cream. Nice little touch stand. Of course, you've got an accelerator right behind that. And then to the left, there she is. It is Gold Rush. Hey! Love all the fencing that's gone in around here. That all looks really nice. And then you've got the big station building here as well. I will say that the theming I've seen so far is absolutely brilliant, and I love this station building. But yeah, I was kind of expecting kind of like a steeple on the top there, or maybe a clock tower or something. I mean, I kind of get what they've gone for. It's like one of those pulley systems that leads into the, you know, the building itself. You've got the wheel on the top there, but I don't know, it just sort of looks a little bit unfinished in my opinion. I would have preferred something like a, you know, an old school clock tower or something, but still, it looks okay for what it is. The rest of the building looks absolutely brilliant. You've got all the rock work around the front here, all the landscaping, little props like this. I have no idea what that is. That's some kind of cropping device? I have no idea. Got some trees around here as well. And yeah, there is a little bit of kind of bare land in here. I don't know if they'll kind of fill this in with something as the season progresses. Yeah, just a little bit of bare land there that needs something doing with, just to towards the back of the Flying Dutchman here. That could do with being filled in with something. But yeah, really looking forward to my rides on this. Yeah, I have no idea what this piece of machinery is down here. Looks like something you would use on a field or something, I don't know. And of course the exit to the ride is just off to the left here, but leads through to the gift shop, which is just here. And here we are just at the side of the station now then, with some more bits of theming to check out. Got some more bits of machinery here, some barrels. A lot of this theming actually has been used here at Drayton Manor at the past. I've noticed that there's some old Shockwave bits of theming here as she goes backwards down that lift hill. Yeah, that's part of the uniqueness about this ride, is that there's actually two different experiences. You can actually go up this first lift hill forwards and over the lift hill as per usual, which takes you into the show scene in this shed at the back, where you actually get a backwards launch. Alternatively, you can come up this lift hill and then come to a stop, and then it releases you backwards through the layout, where when you reach this shed at the back, you get a forwards launch through the rest of the layout. So two different experiences on this ride. It can be chosen by the operator themselves, or it can just be set to happen randomly. But yeah, this theming around here looks absolutely glorious. The side of this building, this station building, looks great with the wheels on there, some more signage, all nicely painted up now as well. It looks absolutely brilliant. Marketed by Drayton Manor, of course, as a family thrill coaster. It is one of Intamin's lift and launch models. And I gotta say, I love the color scheme. And there you see, come to a stop on that lift hill, and it's released backwards. Cannot wait to experience this. And of course that brings into question, how many creds is this? For me personally, this is just the one cred. I've seen a lot of arguments online saying that this should be 2 creds for the 2 different experiences. But yeah, ultimately I don't think I really agree. At the end of the day, it's the same coaster, the same layout. I think this is just the one cred, or at least that's how I'll be marking it down for myself anyway. But you know, people have different opinions. You do whatever makes you feel happy. And there is Blasting Barrels, which, like I say, was the ride that received the most kind of rework, if you like, to its theming. This was known as Drunken Barrels. Long time ago, this is actually where Zodiac used to sit, which is now over at Thorpe Park. And yeah, I really do like all this, with the explosive barrels at the front, all the signage. They've done a great job on the facade of that ride. And right opposite that, it's worth noting that the toilets are back in play down this end of the park as well. There you go, outhouse toilets. And you got the nice signage on them as well. Hey, here she comes. Looks like an absolutely brilliant addition to this park. It really, really does. You get some great views of it from down here as well. As a matter of fact, just through here, you can just see where the show scene is located in this building here. That's where you'll get that launch. Now, it is just a tyre-driven launch, so it's not going to have the same kick as something like a hydraulic launch or even LSMs. But I'm looking forward to seeing just what kind of kick it does have. It should be pretty decent. There she goes around the top. I think it's time to join the queue and see what we can see in the queue line. And here we are now then, it is 11:30. I've just made my way through the main entrance. Hey! And just as you get through here, you obviously have the entrance off to the left, or Fast Pass to the right. Yeah, and in terms of theming looking familiar, this piece here I've definitely seen before. I can't actually place where it used to be. I'm thinking maybe over near the rapids somewhere, going back some time ago. But yeah, I've definitely seen this here before. Hey, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, look at all the theming around here though. You've got all the kind of the gold in the barrels here. You've got the dynamite. Some more rock work kind of around here. These little bits of dynamite are great. Yeah, look at this. All the kind of gold in the back. All this fencing. Great views of the coaster itself. Look at this little water feature here as well. Looks like it's kind of pumped from here. And it kind of goes over the entrance here and then down into this little area here. Oh, it all looks absolutely spectacular. And here we are, the entrance. Got the soundtrack playing in here as well. Hey! There he is, Rufus Snake Malone. $10,000, dead or alive. Oh, all the lighting in here. Some more posters. This is absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I'm going to name drop here, because if you think back, obviously, to other big coaster openings that we've had this year, think of Minifigure Speedway, Hyperia, Nemesis Reborn. They all left their landscaping and kind of the theming around the area. A lot to be desired. Nemesis Reborn was very well done, but in the queue line you had lots of landscaping that kind of hadn't been finished off. I mean, look at this. This is how you do it. All of this area, it's been finished off to such a high standard. All these bits of theming around, all this fencing, everything is really high quality. This queue line is absolutely fantastic. All the greenery, all the trees. This is absolutely glorious. The fencing around here, what's that, kind of like a little water tower or something there? Great views of the ride. It looks absolutely great. Yeah, unfortunately the other coaster openings that we've seen kind of throughout this year have not been finished off to as great of a standard. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. The big old tree there, that'll grow back soon, I'm sure. As we join the queue, now which operational sequence are we going to get? Who knows? Yeah, this building here as well. Danger explosives. Absolutely brilliant. And there she goes. And of course, Gold Rush is built on the former site of both Pandemonium and Apocalypse. There also used to be a little test track ride here with little coin-operated vehicles that you could control, and it's nice to see a little nod to Apocalypse here with this tombstone. RIP 2000 to 2022, gone but never forgotten. Yeah, very sad that. It was a fantastic Intamin drop tower that used to sit right on this site, but it's nice that ride is being remembered here in the queue line. Fantastic. And here you can see this train just about to have that release backwards. You've got one of the switch tracks just here that allows for those two different ride sequences. And here we are just about to enter the station building itself then. Got some more posters on the left here, Wild Bill's Hotel and Saloon. And we got some more height guides and ride restrictions and safety boards to the ride as well. I do like it in here so far with all the theming. Got Frontier Falls Miners Exchange Bank there as we head up the stairs. Want some dynamite? And the air gates are just up the top here. I absolutely love this light fixture. That looks really cool. Nice bit of theming there. And then you've got the TV just towards the back. Looks like a Philips Ambilight TV there, which is a nice touch. You've got the lighting around the outside of it, all synced up to what's showing on the screen. Very cool.
Once again, he played that dynamite story. That ain't no play, cash and scroll. All right, get ready for the ride of your life. Enjoy the Gold Rush.
And here we are in the station for Gold Rush then. Hey! And again, all the theming around here, it looks great. It's a big building, you know. And here's a quick look at the train itself. 2 trains in operation today, 4 cars per train. Seating arrangement is 2 across in rows of 3 for a total of 24 riders per train. And here we go, getting moved down almost at the front. Hey.
Welcome to Gold Rush. Before riding, please remove
And here we go.
bags and glasses and place ministers.
Love the look of the train. Looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Time to get my first ride. And I've just had my very first ride then on Drayton Manor's newest coaster for 2024, Gold Rush. And you know what? I really enjoyed that. That was great. But before we talk about it though, yeah, just check out some more of this theming on the side of the station building. You got the wheels here, and then you've got kind of this chimney stack here as well with the smoke effects, which all looks really nice. And right below that, you've got some pieces of rock work around here, some more bits of machinery, all nicely gravelled over as well. You've got the barrels, and of course the coaster comes into the brake run on this section here. What a really fun ride. But as we've just had our ride, it's now time to enter the gift shop, which is just down here. And here we go, just about to enter the Gold Rush gift shop then. And there he is, Rufus Snake Malone again. He's everywhere, this guy. Oh, he's cute. Cuddle Crew, $64.99. You've got some Fool's Gold here, $3.25. Got your key rings, some miniature horses there for 75p. Drayton Manor logo. This is pretty cool. I like that. Some pens and other assortments of trinkets there. You've got some wearables here. Ready for adventure, Drayton Manor 1950. There we are. Some wanted Dead or Alive. Here we go, Drayton Manor Desperado mugs. Not embossed or anything, but looks quite nice. $9.99 for the mug. There's some smaller mugs down here as well. Look at that, Western Dream Life. Get your cuddly toys down here as well. Reward for the capture, there we are, £50,000. That's pretty cool. $19.90 for that. And you got some toys for the kids here as well, some hats, some little toy guns here. These are pretty cool. Is that $14.99? I have no idea what they are. Softlings? Never heard of them. There you got some more toys around here, some sort of kind of, generic bits of merch around here. Some more toys just down here. Definitely more for the kids, I feel, this shop. You got your horses. And some more wearable pieces down here as well. Some more mugs down here. You got the Sheriff, Bandit, Western Girl, Lonesome Cowboy over there. Some more cuddly toys. Oh, it's getting busy in here. I do like these. These are pretty cool. $14.99 for those. Yeah, I like that. You got some dream catchers in here. There's a big dream catcher just above the entrance here. That looks pretty cool. You got your candy floss here as well. Some more of those mugs. There you go, some Fool's Gold in a bottle there as well. £3.99. More mugs here as well, and you've also got your candy floss and your popcorn that you can buy. And of course, this is where you get your on-ride photos as well. It's quite a well-themed building, actually. Again, you've got this kind of light fixture here. I love that. It's like, I think it's supposed to be like one of those troughs. Is it an animal feeding trough or something? It looks really cool. You got some mini dream catchers here as well. Some more cuddly toys, more fool's gold, and more great bits of theming around like this. And I do really like these open coffins here on the outside of the gift shop. Yeah, it's a nice photo opportunity, that. Trying is forever. And I've just had my very first ride on Drayton Manor's newest coaster, Gold Rush, here in the Frontier Falls area. And what an absolutely brilliant family launch coaster that is. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. You know what? As a package, I think now that the Wave has lost its USP as being the only stand-up coaster here in the UK, I think that Gold Rush is the best coaster here at Drayton Manor. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Really well done, from the signage right at the start of the ride welcoming you into that queue line, and then all the theming around. Just that's the thing with this ride, is the theming. It's, like I said, all finished off to such a high standard. It really is incredible. Some of it reused, as mentioned, but to great effect. Love all the rock work around, all the kind of loose stone flooring, the planting that's gone into place, the landscaping, that great little water feature that kind of goes over that mine shaft. That looks really cool. The mine shaft itself that you walk through, with all the posters on, the audio, the lighting in there, is fantastic. And then the themed buildings as well, from the building with where the show scene is, to the mechanical shed with all the workings of that switch track, the toilets that you can just see behind me, and the station building itself. All really vibrant, with great theming on, with all the signage around. Looks great. You got the nod to Apocalypse. Really nice touch that was. That was really nice to see. I will stand by what I said, that the roof of that station building, I feel like, could have been themed up a little better, but I get what they've gone for with obviously that pulley system in place. It does make sense, but I would have just liked to have seen like a clock tower or a steeple or something like that. In my opinion, it does just look a little bit unfinished, but that really is my only criticism of the theming in this area. The rest of it is absolutely brilliant. That station building itself, set on 2 tiers. You go up the stairs, you've got more posters in there to look at as well, and then you've got the TV just outside of the air gates, which explains the story of the ride. I think it was Prospector Gus, I believe his name was, basically explaining how the coaster itself is the mine carts, basically, that ferry the gold they're digging up in the area to and from different areas of kind of the mine site, I guess, if you like. And then the trains themselves, really well done. Yeah, really nice. I like them. I like the logo on the front. I will say though that they are a little bit uncomfortable for someone of my height. I'm 6'3", felt like the restraints were a little bit tight across the top of the legs. It is worth noting as well that there is a height maximum height requirement for this of 1.96 meters, so that is worth bearing in mind. Although it was a little bit uncomfortable, nothing enough to kind of take away from the ride experience itself. And yeah, the experience itself was great. Like I say, 2 variations on this. I had the version where I was released backwards off of that first lift hill, which actually had some intensity to it. Actually, it took me a little bit by surprise, that through some twists and turns into that show building, where again you've got a lot more theming. You've got like kind of coal piles on the floor that are all kind of lit up on fire. You've got the sticks of dynamite, all the barrels everywhere, and then of course the smoke effects that kick off as well. You've got some audio that plays saying you've taken a wrong turn, you've got to get out of here while you can, and then you're launched forward out of that building into that same layout that you just came through from the lift hill, all the way back into the lift hill again, where this time you go up and over into the rest of the layout. A really nice overbank turn over the water feature, which was my favorite element of that ride, into a nice little airtime hill as well, back through the station where there's a little kind of tire driven boost through there as you go through into the final part of the layout, which is what you can see behind me. Just another some kind of smaller twists and turns again. It's nothing forceful, this ride, obviously bear that in mind. It's a family thrill coaster at the end of the day. It's nothing that's really going to throw you out of your seat or anything like that, so not too much in the way of forces, just a really nice enjoyable layout, and all the views of that theming around as well is just absolutely fantastic. It's great to just look down on it all. From obviously dispatch into the brake run, it was about a 1 minute 55 second experience, so pretty lengthy. And in terms of a comparison, I guess you need to think of something along the lines although they're straddle coasters, I suppose, somewhere along the lines of Dar Coaster, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, or Jet Rescue at SeaWorld Australia. They're very, very similar Intamin Family Launch Coasters, very similar to this. I absolutely love this. I think it's great. I'm going to queue now for my second ride and hopefully get that slightly different experience. Let's see how lucky we are. Back in for my second ride on Gold Rush then. Do you know what? I absolutely love it in here. I love the fact that they've got these lights that are kind of made out of buckets. It's a really nice touch. Here we are then towards the back for the second row. Let's see if we go up and over the lift hill this time. I've just had my second ride then on Gold Rush, queuing up for a third now as well. I absolutely love it. And you know what? I got the first cycle on that one different to my very first ride. And in this one, you go up that lift hill, but you go straight over it as per normal, which then leads you into the launch section where this time you're launched backwards. And I'll tell you what, that had, or certainly felt like it had, a lot more of a kick to it and was a lot more intense as well. Really enjoyed that. You then come back into the lift hill, you go up the lift hill backwards, and then are released at the top of it, very similar to like a Vekoma boomerang or something like that, and you then go forward through the layout, back through that show scene, the same tire propelled boost through there into the rest of the layout. I gotta say, that is my preferred way of riding that. Cycle number one, where you go over the lift hill at the start and you get the backwards launch. I thought it was a lot more intense, a lot more forceful, and a much better ride. But overall, the ride is absolutely brilliant. Once again, the theming blows me away. I had a back row on that second go as well. That probably helped give it a little bit more of a whip in those elements. Nice and snappy. I absolutely love it. What an absolutely brilliant addition to the Drayton Manor Resort. Hey, and it's great to see some street theatre out just underneath the entrance to Gold Rush here. Hey, look at that little wagon there.
Help me out, actually.
Oh, here we go. What do we got?
Have you seen this guy anywhere?
No, he's not very nice looking,
Real
though, is he?
suspicious looking fella.
Yes,
You make
he
sure
is.
you look out for him, all right?
I will, absolutely. Oh, there we are. Great to see the street theatre. And we've also got Rory and Laurie here as well. Look at that. If you want a nice photo opportunity, yeah, be catching your disco a little bit later on, hopefully. Rain's just started to come in, so I think it's time to grab some lunch.
Have a nice afternoon, guys.
And unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any food and drink that's kind of themed into the summer event today, so I've come into the tried and trusted Burger Kitchen, where I've grabbed myself a chicken tender burger here, some fries, and a Dr. Pepper Zero for a total of £15.50. So pretty expensive, but about average these days for theme park food. Go on, I'll tell you what, that chicken tender burger over at the Burger Kitchen was absolutely divine. Yeah, really enjoyed that. I made my way down to the main stage again now then, just to show you these entertainment times throughout the day. Of course, you've got the Thomas Land live shows on the Knapford Station balcony at 11 a.m, 12, 2 and 4 p.m, with walkabouts at 1 and 3 p.m. Then you've got the meet and greet Rory the Lion. That's at the entrance of the park between 10:30 and 11. You've got the Rory and Laurie show right here at the stage at 11:30 a.m. and 3 p.m, with the Rory and Laurie walkabouts at 12:30 to 1 and 2 till 2:30. That's what we put in a little bit of footage of just before I went and got my lunch. And then you've got Rory's disco finale at 4:15 on the stage with Laurie on the decks. And that's actually due to start in just about 10 minutes time here. So yeah, I think they're just about to prep the stage now. And we'll put in some highlights of that coming up.
We don't want to see that. Rory! Oh, he's a cheeky lion, isn't he? You getting those high fives in there, Rory?
And it's time for my third ride on Gold Rush then. We're going to get as many in today as we can. Queue time's not too bad actually. Only queued for about 30 minutes for both my previous rides. So yeah, not too bad at all. I tell you what, this ride is so re-rideable. As much as I do prefer Cycle 1, either one is absolutely fine. They both offer a great ride experience. Oh, I can't wait to get on it again. Let's go. And what's quite nice as well is if you time it right, just as you come through this part of the layout here, either backwards or when you come out of the show scene forwards after the launch, if you time it right, you get a nice bit of interaction with Jormungandr just here, which is a nice little touch. And I do absolutely love the remembrance for Apocalypse here, gone but never forgotten. And the clever thing about this is I'm pretty sure that this is almost exactly where the tower used to stand. It's certainly not far from this point. It may not be exactly where it once stood, but it's certainly close. So that's a really nice touch. Do appreciate that. And I waited just 25 minutes for my third ride on Gold Rush then. Once again, Cycle 2 on that one, released backwards off the lift hill. Absolutely loved it. I had a back row for that one as well. It's just such a phenomenal ride. It's so smooth, nice and whippy. I absolutely love it to bits. It's such a good coaster. It really is. Brings a smile on my face every time. Thought I'd just head down, have another look at Frontier Falls as an area, obviously. Again, with all this theming here, all the facades, it all looks really nice. But yeah, there has been some changes since I was here just a couple of months ago. There's this post here, which I'm not quite sure what it's for. Whether that's going to be completed a little bit later, it looks like there should be something on the top of this or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe that will turn into something a little bit later on. But yeah, I absolutely love all the flooring here. I think that's great. Got some extra bits of seating around here. I think these curbs have been painted as well. I can't remember if they were brown before or whether they've been painted up. We've got some haystacks around here as well to provide just some additional seating, which is nice. And that all fits in really well. Absolutely brilliant. I love all this. I'll tell you what, they've done such a good job that I think this is almost on par with Tornado Springs at Paultons Park. It's close. It's definitely close. Here, more haystacks around here. I think it's time for a little bit more footage of the disco now then. Let's go take a look, see what's happening.
Last time, up to the top, then down to the ground.
When the dead they call me Macarena.
Yeah, that one's going down, Laurie. That's it, keep those meatballs in the air. Still warming up, yeah, still warming up. Here we go. We got each other, and that's oh yeah. I can't hear you.
And Just some highlights there then from Rory and Laurie's disco show, which takes place today between 5 and 7 o'clock. And as I said earlier in this video, every Saturday throughout Summer Fun Fest, there's a different act on that stage, from tribute acts to magic shows and much more in between. Now, Sunday the 25th of August, the park is actually open until 8 o'clock, and on that stage features tribute acts to both Freddie Mercury and Elton John, which actually sounds really, really cool. Anyway, I've made my way back down to Gold Rush again. I'm going to get my 4th ride of the day now. What can I say? I'm absolutely addicted. And then I'm going to put a little bit of footage of around the rest of the park that I've not covered today, and then we'll be wrapping up today's vlog. And with those last few shots around the park then, that is going to bring this vlog at the Drayton Manor Resort to a close. And I did just get a sneaky 5th ride on Gold Rush as well, just to end the day. And what an absolutely brilliant coaster that is. I will say though, that I'm not sure if it's just the train that I rode on there, but there was quite a loud knocking coming from the back. Yeah, not quite sure. I haven't heard that throughout the rest of today, so it could just be that train towards the back of that particular car. Not a rattle, not anything uncomfortable that affects the ride experience in any way, but just quite a loud noticeable knocking. So hopefully that gets looked at some point in the future. Had Cycle 2 again, which was fantastic, and I tell you what, I don't know if it's warmed up throughout the day, but that first drop off of that reverse drop off of that lift hill really is quite good. There's some good forces behind there, some good speed, and it is quite intense. And that just means that both cycles actually have their pros. If you get cycle 2, you've got the awesome backwards drop off the lift hill. Cycle 1, you get the awesome backwards launch out of that show building. So yeah, they're both absolutely fantastic cycles. And although I think I do still prefer cycle 1, no matter which one you get, you're going to have an awesome ride. And look, I've said it all before, the theming around that area is absolutely spectacular. The audio, the station building itself, I think it's all absolutely wonderful. Really, really well done. It's my favorite coaster in the park, above even the Wave, and that really is saying something. Absolutely phenomenal addition to the resort. In terms of the summer event, yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic, to be fair. A little bit disappointed that there's been no themed food or drink that I've seen. They usually do that here for the Drayton Manor summer event, but I've not actually seen any today. Maybe I just missed it, but I was keeping an eye out and I definitely didn't see any. But otherwise, there's been plenty of entertainment, lots of singing and dancing on the main stage, lots of street theatre. Rory and Laurie has been around, you know, entertaining the kids. It really has been great, and some good song selections as well. And it's been nice to see all of this area of Frontier Falls with little added additions like the hay bales and the additions to Accelerator as well going in. Hopefully that will get themed up even more in the future. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. I've enjoyed every second of it. Operations today on the whole have been pretty good. They haven't been great on Gold Rush, I will mention that. However, it is a new ride, so I'm expecting there to be just some kind of teething issues perhaps just as they all get settled in. Otherwise, 5 rides on Gold Rush, 1 on the Wave, 1 on Accelerator, and a couple of flat rides as well, including my favorite Maelstrom, which is always absolutely fantastic. It's been a glorious day here. Cannot wait to come back and get even more rides on Gold Rush. In terms of the next vlog coming up though, well, it's the start of the European mini trip. We're heading over to Sweden and the first vlog will be from Liseberg. Cannot wait to get back in there and get on rides like Helix. Oh, it's been such a long time since riding that. Cannot wait to get back on that. And of course, we'll also be visiting Groneland as well and getting my first rides on Monster, the B&M Invert. Never rode that before, brand new cred for me. And we'll also be visiting Kolmarden for my very first time. Never ridden Wildfire, so really looking forward to getting on that RMC coaster. It's going to be an absolute beast. Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit though, as I have heard it's pretty tragic out there at the moment, but we'll see. We'll make the most of it even if it is absolutely hammering down with rain. That's coming up next though, right here on the Adventure Planet YouTube channel, but here from the Drayton Manor Resort. I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy riding everybody, and I will see you in Sweden